La la. Okay. I don't know if I can even do anything here. I don't know if I can even do anything here. Okay, let me just do this. Start. Starting in 5 minutes. I wonder if I can pin this comment. There we go. Starting in 5 minutes. Starting in 5 minutes. Achoo. Okay. So, just gonna start in 5 minutes. I tried to do the whole TikTok live, Mara, in by the seat. For some reason, it can't pick up my sound from the phone. But it's all fine though. I hope this is audible. If you can hear me, hit me up with some hearts. Double tap the screen if you can hear me. If you can hear me as well, give me a sign. Or let me do this. Let me try this instead. Check out. Okay, sound is coming through. Cool. Okay, so nope. Not inviting anyone. Not inviting anyone. But yeah, so I think we can get it started one time for the one time. Like I've lost so much time already trying to set everything up. And I really thought it would be sharp. Like I'll be able to show you the presentation, present the information, as it is, but it looks like I'm just going to have to read the information off for you, guys, so that you guys, actually, I really hope you guys get the information though. I think that's the most important part, being able to get this information. So today's live, I wanted to tap in. It's Wellness Wednesday, and for the foreseeable future, every Wednesday is Wellness Wednesdays. I'll be coming in every Wednesday, 7 o'clock, and we'll be tapping in on anything health related. For now, I'm pushing a series basically focusing on what are we putting in our food, and asking the key question, is this food, these things that we were sold, on time marketing, is this really food? And in the first episode, I tapped in with instant noodles, and the answer to the question, is this food, is that instant noodles is not food, not at all. However, today, as they would call it, we're looking at bread today. So I don't even want to call it store bought. It is store bought bread, but I think to draw a deeper connection to it, it's factory made bread. Factory made bread, and Albani, I think under Tiger Brands. But yeah, before I even jump into that, I need to do my disclaimers. Before I jump into any of that, let me do my disclaimers. For some reason, this thing is against me. This thing is against me today. Mara, I never again. I have to push it. I have to keep. Okay, so here's a disclaimer for today's live. This information provided in this live session is educational and informational is only for educational and informational purposes only, and should not be taken as professional or medical advice. While we strive to ensure accuracy and content is discussed, the content discussed is based on publicly available sources and personal research. So always consult a qualified healthcare provider or a registered dietitian before making any dietary decisions regarding your health and diet. So this content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The brands and products mentioned are used for educational discussion only, and no endorsement or critique is implied. So please use your own judgment and do further research before making any health or dietary changes. Viewers' discretion is advised. That is my disclaimer, so that I don't get sued by nobody. With that said, today we're doing a dive on bread, inzo, brot. So I looked at the most bought bread in South Africa, and that was Albany white bread. That is the most bought bread in South Africa. Or actually, it's the most popular bread. Let me say it's not. I don't think it's the most bought, but it's the most popular. It's really great for constipation. If you ever want to constipate yourself, number one. Want to give yourself piles? Number one. But yeah, so let's get into it. I'm trying to find where I started. Okay, so the ingredients, right? So I got the ingredients from the actual website, Albany, and that's what we're looking at, Albany white bread. So I got the ingredients from Albany. So it's literally, hold on. So the ingredients are wheat, and they also say gluten. And then it's water, yeast, salt, sugar, soy flour, and then vegetable fat, palm oil, palm fruit, preservative, calcium, propionate, emulsifiers, flour improvers, mineral salts, electrolytes, iron and zinc oxide, and vitamins. And that's what they say is the ingredients for the actual thing. So what would actually like confuse me is, okay, why do you have vitamins and minerals as ingredients? And then I learned that they actually fortify the 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 dough with these synthetic vitamins and minerals, because the wheat that they're using, which I don't care if it's bleached or not, but the wheat that they use is bleached, put through a process, and stripped of all its nutrients, stripped of all its fiber, so that it becomes white. So let's go ahead and dive into this. The first ingredient, which is wheat flour, and also we have to remember wheat flour has gluten. We'll talk about gluten later on. So wheat bread is made from refined wheat flour, which has undergone processing that strips away the bran and the germ. So this results in lower fiber, vitamins, minerals compared to whole wheat flour. The flour is often enriched with vitamins and minerals to compensate. So gluten, which is a protein found in wheat, gives bread its structure, but it can cause digestive problems in people with sensitivities or celiac disease. Now, I will say this about gluten is that the internet, or the providers, let me say the providers of the reality, and I don't want to sound like conspiracy theory type of a situation. However, gluten acts like glue in your stomach. So it does more damage than it is portrayed to do. So in my mind, I'm thinking the gut is literally the first thing that's developed as an embryo. When you study embryos, everything is literally born and sprouts from the gut. I'm talking about your brain, which is your nervous system, your lymphatic system, your lymphatic. Do that for yourself. Do your own research. Oh man, never, never, never. This thing, it's a genre. Wait, this Wi-Fi. I think I'm back. Uh, and I think we should be back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I think we should be back. My Wi-Fi went down, so I had to connect to a secondary source. I hope I'm coming through clear. Marafede, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. So, that's it basically about wheat. And then we have water, which is essential for the dough to form and helps to activate the yeast for leavening, right? And then we have yeast, which helps the dough to rise by producing carbon dioxide during fermentation. While generally harmless, some people may have yeast allergies, but it's rare though. And then we have salt, because salt adds the flavor to the bread and helps control the yeast activity during fermentation. However, too much salt in the diet can contribute to high blood pressure and cardiovascular issues, right? Then we have the sugar, and sugar in bread provides food for the yeast, right? So when you're fermenting something, like the sugar is what you feed the yeast with, but in any case, helping it to rise. So it also adds a slight sweetness and helps to improve the bread's texture. However, excess sugar intake is linked to various health issues like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and so many things. And so many sugar is that we often don't make the distinction between sugar and processed sugar. And so when someone talks about sugar, it's like this sugar in fruits. It's not the same sugar. Sugar that you find in fruits, is it monodi? Is it monos? Any case, it's a single structure, single compound structure, whereas processed sugar is multiple structures, which makes it hard for your body to actually digest, because we do not find this in nature, and we were created to consume what we can actually find in nature. And our biology was mainly created for us to be able to eat vegetation, right? So vegetation is very simple to break down. However, when we take sugar from sugarcane and whatnot, and then we isolate it in a lab, um, we have to do things to it. We have to add things to it. It makes it more complex and harder for your body to break it down. So let's just keep it moving though. So soya flour or soy flour is often added to improve the texture, increase the protein content, and soy is generally considered a healthy protein source, but it is also a common allergen now. Here's the tricky part about soy. Here is the tricky part about soy. Most of the soy that is being used by these big companies is GMO soy. Right? The process of actually getting proper soy, it takes months, if not years, because soy in itself is like really like one of those things that are heavily guarded, like not really for consumption. If you want to consume it, you have to soak it and whatnot for a period of time. But they found a way to make GMO, genetically modified soy. Now, this soy is important. I don't know if anyone has heard of the term soy boys, right? Because what this GMO soy does is that it upregulates the creation of um, what's this female hormone? Let me see. I don't want to make a mistake. Female hormone. Estrogen. It upregulates the creation of estrogen in the body. So when this happens for boys or to men, you see the men's body becoming more feminine, more curvy. They might develop men breasts. They might even start to act in a softer way, you know, basically feminizing the man. And then with women, the upregulation of estrogen in your body has been linked to the development of fibroids, different types of cancers in your uterus, hemorrhaging, painful periods. So you generally want to stay away from this, especially if you're a woman, and especially if you're a man and you want to stay a man. But if you're a guy and you like other guys, bread is top notch, or soy is top notch. It'll switch up your hormones. Nice. So with that said, let's keep it moving. So we have vegetable fat, palm fruit. So palm oil is commonly used in commercial baking. While it helps to keep the bread soft and extend the shelf life, it is high in saturated fat, which can raise your cholesterol levels if consumed in excess, right? Then we have the calcium propionate, which is a preservative, and this is used to prevent mold growth, right? Okay, I'll come back to that. It is considered safe for most, but can cause digestive discomfort in some sensitive individuals. Now, something that they keep saying, or whenever you go through this text, is that they usually say it's safe for most, as if a study was done and experimentation was done on humans or animals to test the safety of these substances that are being put into these foods. So already we are understanding, Uguti, this food is a science experiment. Hence we have food scientists. But let's go back. Calcium, okay, I did that one. Emulsifier, which is like really found in almost everything, helps to keep the texture of the bread soft and prevent it from going stale quickly. They are generally considered safe, but their use is more common in highly processed foods, right? So, and then flour improvers, which is added to enhance the dough strength and improve the consistency of the bread. They may include absorbic acid and enzymes, which help to improve bread texture and shelf life. And then we have mineral salts, and these are added to enrich the bread essential minerals, especially after much of the natural nutrients is added in the refining process of the flour. And then we have vitamins, and white bread is often enriched with vitamin B, like folic acid, niacin, and thiamine, to replace those lost before the refining process. These vitamins are essential for energy production and brain function. You see, now this is where it gets tricky. This is where the marketing comes in and says that we have this in the bread. However, a deeper question to be asked is, these vitamins and minerals, can your body actually absorb them, and can your body actually assimilate them? Assimilate them meaning, can it use it? And more often than not, it cannot. It can't break it down. It can't break down this thing that I don't want to call it food, but this bread. It can't break down this bread just from these ingredients. Because from this, you could say that you could easily make a case that you could easily make a case that white bread is vegan. You could easily make a case just from the ingredients that white bread is vegan. However, you cannot make that case because they're not saying it's vegan, and nobody is losing the opportunity to say that they are vegan when there's an actual trend going on of veganism. So what is being put in there that is an animal product that is not being shared on the actual website? Maybe some of these vitamins and minerals are sourced from animals. Maybe these, what do you call this? These preservatives are maybe sourced from parts of animals. I don't know. Something that I probably should actually look into, right? So in conclusion, it does have a warning sign for allergens. So it says white bread contains gluten and soy, which are common allergens. Gluten can be problematic for people with celiac disease or gluten intolerance, while soy may cause allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. Cool. In conclusion, white bread is highly processed, containing several additives and preservatives to improve its texture, shelf life, and nutritional content. While enriched with vitamins and minerals, it is low in fiber and can lead to blood sugar spikes. So if you have issues with diabetes, you generally don't want to eat bread. But it's too bad. Whole grain options are generally more nutritious due to their high fiber content. And that's all they can ride on, the high fiber content. But okay, let's keep moving. You need more than fiber, but let's go. Which support better digestion and can help maintain blood sugar levels. White bread in moderation is generally safe. And we keep coming back to this word, safe for consumption. In moderation. So what is the threshold? How many slices of bread do I eat before I'm in the danger zone? How many slices of bread do I eat before I'm in the danger zone? And that's like a question that I'm going to look into. How many slices of bread puts me into the danger zone? I think that I don't think everyone needs to know. I think everyone needs to know that we need to stop eating bread in Jena. So my opinion. So I also wanted to find out more about gluten, right? And what kind of issues can we get from the consumption of gluten, right? So leaky gut syndrome, that's one of them. Irritable bowel syndrome and inflammation. For those sensitive to gluten, consuming it can lead to inflammation both within and outside of the digestive system. This inflammation can contribute to systems such as joint pain, headaches, and several mental health issues like brain fog and depression. This is gluten, a very active ingredient, the most active ingredient in the actual bread. So yeah, let's just keep it moving. And then we have to answer the question. We have to answer the final question, or the question, which is, Is this food? Is this food? And to answer the question, is this food? We have to also know what is real food. Let's define real food. Real food generally refers to minimally processed whole foods that are close to their natural state, containing little to no artificial additives or preservatives. These foods provide essential nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals in their unrefined form. This right here, this is food. This right here, this is food. This is what it is describing, right? So, um, we've gone through the whole thing. What's in the actual thing. So, but let's just brush through it again. The white bread assessment, right? So, in me just assessing all of the ingredients, this is what I come up with. White bread is made from refined flour, which is highly processed. The refined process removes the bran and the germs, stripping away most of the fiber, vitamins, minerals, making it poor nutritional choice compared to whole grain bread. The final product is often enriched with synthetic vitamins and minerals to compensate for the losses. Now, synthetic is man-made, but let's keep it moving. Additives. White bread contains several additives like calcium propionate, an emulsifier, and these are added to extend the shelf life, improve the texture, prevent staleness. While these additives are generally regarded as safe, their presence marks the bread as highly processed food, moving it further from real food. Cool. Gluten. For most people, gluten is harmless, as they say, always, until we find out we are all gluten intolerant. But let's move. But for those with conditions like celiac disease or non-celiac gluten sensitivity, it can cause significant health issues. In these cases, gluten-containing bread can lead to inflammation, digestive issues, and other complications. You can also build up these things. But let's keep it moving. The sugar and the salt. The sugar and the salt that are added for flavor and preservative, excessive consumption of these ingredients, especially in highly processed foods, can contribute to long-term health issues such as obesity, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular problems. Now, a bigger caveat about bread is that a lot of the time we put something into our bread. We put cheese into our bread, maybe. You put mayonnaise or tomato sauce into your bread. You put meat into your bread. You put all of these things into your bread. Now, not only does the combination of these things mess up your digestive system, it also adds on to the whole thing. So you putting processed foods into processed foods and you consuming them. So what is the benchmark for how much cheese or how much sugar, and where do you start measuring how much processed sugar should you consume to consider it safe? And when you're making a sandwich, you're only thinking, okay, the bread is the only thing that only has sugar, but no, the cheese has sugar, right? The seasoning has sugar, right? The sauces have sugar, right? So that's like the thing that boggles me with the whole bread thing, is that it's not just the bread alone. The danger is the bread, and whatever you add to the bread. But let's keep it moving. So in conclusion, while white bread provides a quick source of carbohydrates and is fortified with synthetic vitamins and minerals, it is highly processed and lacks fiber, nutrients, and health benefits of whole foods. So due to its refined nature, reliance on additives, and low nutritional value compared to whole grain alternatives, white bread does not fit the definition of real food. It is a processed product designed for convenience and shelf life rather than nutrition. In summary, white bread is not food in the sense of being whole, unprocessed, and nutrient dense. It is best consumed in moderation. Shit. No. And this is just from my notes because I wanted to come from it from a neutral point of view, right? To say, which it's said that it can be consumed in moderation, right? However, why are we eating that? Why aren't we eating just why don't we just eat food, real food? Why don't we just opt for real food instead of this thing? Because this is not food. We just define that burrito, white bread, brown bread, your GI, as long as it has gluten, it has any preservatives, it is not food. Why do we keep putting it into our body? Because it's really cheap. It really is cheap. It's a cheap form of carbohydrates, and a lot of us are hooked to it because of the sugar element. And of course, the carbohydrates in themselves convert into sugars into our body, so that adds to it, right? And there's a whole lot more we can actually dive into, but this is where I'm gonna end the live because we have found the verdict, and the verdict is Boroto Bona, this factory produced bread, is not real food. Boteng boroto ba mannete bo kgonang ho bo etsa with proper grains, and real ingredients, healthy ingredients. Boteng. If anyone knows Zimtoti Bakery, that's a profile you should check out. Zimtoti Bakery. You can get yourself pre-mixed, what do you call this? Pre-mixed bread. So when you just add, I think, coconut oil and some water, and then knead it, let it rise a bit, let it bake, and then you have your gluten-free healthy bread, gluten-free, animal product-free, all organic, sourced in SA bread, and made at home. So with that said, thank you for tapping into the live, although we did have issues in the beginning of the live, and I hope you managed to learn something. The replay for the live will be going onto my YouTube channel. I'm also going to post the live that I did last week when we were diving into instant noodles. So for those replays, in case you missed the lives, they'll be on my YouTube channel. I do believe that they will be pivotal, especially if you plan on having a family, because we weren't taught these things. We weren't taught to read ingredients. We weren't taught the importance of knowing what you're putting in your mouth and how it affects your body. And just thinking about, like, when my sister was like in primary going to high school and she started having a period, like right out the bat, like hemorrhaging. I think within the first year she started her period, she was hemorrhaging heavy. And I'm thinking, why was that happening during that time? And I remember during that time, it was bad times financially, and we were eating a lot of rice, soy, bread. That was our staple. That's what we were eating most of the time. And like we say, there's a lot of soy. Soy upregulates estrogen. The upregulation of estrogen leads to a lot of female reproductive issues, including hemorrhaging. And that's probably why she was hemorrhaging. And they kept going to the gynecologist, every single month, going to the gynecologist, get treatment in any, but the gynecologist can't connect the dots to say, what are you eating? The gynecologist never through the 2, 3, 4 years that she was going to that gynecologist, never did the gynecologist ask them, what's in your diet? What are you currently eating? Right? Because they don't have that connection. Doctors, gynecologists, medical professionals, they are not taught these things about food. They don't have that connection. And it's not their fault. It's the institutions that they go to that provides them with the curriculum. And then we also have to do a dive on who created these institutions. And you'll find out most of the curriculum in these institutions was developed by the Rockefellers. And the plot thickens. The same people that own basically 90%, 80 to 90% of the pharmaceutical industry are the same people that created the same curriculums that doctors and nurses are picking up. That's why when you go to India, their curriculum for doctors is different. They will prescribe you breath work in India. You go to China, their curriculum is different for doctors. That's why a lot of politicians, they end up going to China to get doctors and medical help in China, because they look at you in a holistic sense, right? They want to know your mood. They want to check. They connect you in a holistic sense. Meaning, if you have anger issues, they know that, hey, there's probably an issue with your liver. And if there's an issue with the liver, there's also a corresponding organ to your liver. If you go to places in Africa, certain places in Africa, our healing modalities involve water, purifying kumavatin, upeta, purifying within with water that have herbs. So we have to understand ukuthi this thing is why about doctor at their medical practices. We all know what the word practice means. It means ukuthi you don't know what you're actually doing, or you're trying to keep doing it, but but some doctors eventually do take that thing to say, let me go actually learn about food and how it actually affects. And doctors will actually recommend fast or go on a whole foods diet. Whole foods meaning you don't eat processed foods. This might also include meat. Saying you can eat your meat. Just make sure you getting your meat from a place where it's grass fed and it's as fresh as possible, and make sure that you don't burn the meat. Eat it medium rare or rare, because the nutrients are going to be in the blood, right? If not, then just eat your fruits and vegetables. You'll get all of your nutrients from your fruits and vegetables. That's what we were built to eat. And for anyone who doesn't believe me, go and check Genesis. It's in the book of Genesis. It literally gives you game. The only thing that we were really supposed to eat was fruits. I'm not even a Christian. The only thing that we were supposed to eat is fruits. And a lot of people just went off the rails after the whole flooding incident. We have fruit trees again. The flood is over. Go back to the original food. I could keep going. But yeah, practicing with our bodies. Yeah, basically. And you know what the crazy part about that is the benchmark on which they use for the diagnosis is based on middle-aged white man. They found a middle-aged white man, and they say this is a healthy middle-aged white man. His blood work is this, his blood pressure is this, his heart rate is this, his what is this, and they based almost all of their diagnosis on that. So when you go in as a black person to get diagnosed, it's automatically a misdiagnosis, because white people and black people are genetically different. Like, we are really, really that different. We are different species of people. In the same way you have cats, which are feminine, you have lions, you have leopards, you have jaguars, you have tigers. These are cats. You could call them cats, but they're different. They eat different, they move different, they think different, they operate different. We are not the same. So why would we use the same instrument to measure ourselves for diagnosis? You see what I mean? So that's the most messed up part about it. What's the recommendation for eczema? I've been drinking moringa, turmeric, neem, but what's your diet like? Actually, let me do this. Let me open it up. I think you can come on in. I think it'll be easier. I think it'll be easier if I invite you. Uh, Wait, did I send you an invitation or did I send someone else an invitation? Yeah, no. Let me see. Let me see. Hey man, how do I? I'm trying to send out an invitation so that you can actually join. I'm trying to send out an invitation so you can actually look at it. You can actually talk about it. You know. Let me see this. Ah, there we go. Cool, 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 cool.
Oh, my brother.
Hey, shapo jwang abuti?
Ke sharp, you know.
Easy, 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 brother. Easy. So
Yeah,
yeah.
o bua le Lungile fela ke ploma yi Soweto Protection.
Shout out, Lungi. All the way from Soweto, southwestern townships.
Yeah.
I know, don't fit. I think I hope that you commented in like the most recent video, Kisha Peeling, where you're saying who you fell off as a vegan and you're trying to get back. You're trying to get back. How's that going though?
Yeah, right now I get over spring right now. I just like planted my seeds so I can eat from the garden mostly. Because that's how I've been like vegan, growing my own food, but now certain
Uh-huh.
things like happened, go jarring, so I couldn't be able to grow handle. That's one of the reasons I fell off. And then my mom passed away, obviously, too. It's something that disturbed me along the way. So, but now I'm really like fighting to get back on my diet again. Because like
Sure.
handle the original reason where I became vegan, it's because like I kill go grade right now I'm 24 years. So I kill go grade 10. That's when my eczema handle that one.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I started to get like nah, I stopped dairy, stopped eggs, I stopped a lot of these things. But one thing I didn't really stop when I was still vegan, it's bread and sugar. I don't know if you still hear me. Uh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. You said bread and.
Yeah, one of the things that I didn't really let go of
Yeah.
was bread and sugar.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah.
which I found already like another biggest problem of inflammation and eczema, skin problems, it's sugar. It's the biggest culprit. And obviously bread,
Sure
the
enough.
yeast and all of these things. Flour, this white flour especially. So yeah, that has been my journey. And then for me to flush out the eczema, I've been drinking moringa, turmeric,
Sure, sure,
neem.
sure.
Then I tried dandelion roots at some point.
Yeah.
And then I still have black seeds. I still have a lot of herbs, especially here in Kontlu, but yeah, some of them are bitter, too bitter. Then I do have like hemp powder and a lot of other like herbs. But
Sure, sure, sure.
I didn't really like get like a proper information of how to use these herbs in terms of the actual ailment in ring, not just to consume, you know. and just to deal with the ailment now which I'm struggling with, you know.
Okay. Sure. Me, I'll disclose for which me medical experience and whatnot I do not have. Ne? However, I am big on reading. I am big on getting information, especially for narcos. I managed to solve my health issues through the Buga and certain people online. Now, what I think we can do, let me get this book.
Okay.
Because about the situation, hey, Dr. Matthew, hey, what? No. Hey, I quite need to back and fit. I don't want to get sued, hey, or whatnot. Because hey, it's sensitive on the internet. It's really sensitive. So this is
We
holistic.
are battling against a big pharma industry.
Mona, and they got the bucks, they got the lawyers. So this is holistic, African holistic health by Dr. Leila O. Africa, and ukazama go thola online if I want to buy online. But for now, this is like my Bible of health, and there's more books that really buy on herbs and other things, so that for now, personally, to be able to use, also to be able to teach people and provide that information. If usakhono thola buka, because some of these books are hard to find. But also, like to pass on the information to actually when I do have kids. This is the information that I'm gonna pass on, but I'm gonna have to eat it and live it daily. But yeah, let's have a look at eczema. Let's have a look at eczema. Because in Kazakh country one, it has like it has like a section where it basically goes through all of these issues, in alphabetical order. So let's see. I know it does have a section on eczema and natural quality herbs. That's the let's see, animal hypo problem scouts. I have to go through guys in. Eczema is spelled
ECZ, I think.
ECZ. Let's see.
Or sometimes I think psoriasis.
Psoriasis. Okay.
Yeah,
I think
PSO. Yeah, something like that.
let me see another name.
Yeah, it's psoriasis. Let me write it down. Yeah, I wrote it down on the comments.
Psoriasis. Oh, okay. Psoriasis. Okay. Let me see. PSO. So let's try to find it. PS. I don't see anything, but I know there was one on skin, and it included eczema. Shit. Why wouldn't this have eczema? Why wouldn't this have eczema? But I do remember. Let me see what type of differences. Nah, not that. Okay, I get this off. Nose was around here. So I just want to get like the herbs so for your for your eczema. I know like one of the herbs that Dr. Sebi used to really recommend for that eczema was burdock root. Burdock root, sarsaparilla,
Yeah.
because then because for him
Yeah.
he believed
But
that you
I
had
don't know where to get the root.
the in burdock root.
Yeah. I've been looking for it.
Burdock.
Sasapila Kileka is hall. There's this other guy who
Yeah.
pushes CMOS Africa, Moko TikTok. He runs the CMOS Africa
Oh.
show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Can I do on a burdock? I do have burdock on my website. Burdock
Oh,
root.
you have a website too.
Yeah, I got a website.
Oh, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, no, you check. Mara ka ke kopantshitse le ntho le honey bush tea. I combined it with honey bush tea to like just give it more power. Vele. That Husana. You know, it's like basically they do the same thing in my opinion, which is like they purify Maria how. Because my thing with eczema, if you understand that sharp, is that what's happening with eczema is that you're having outbreaks on your skin. Your skin, what would be the reason why you would have an outbreak on your skin? It's because your body is using your skin as a mode of elimination. It's using your skin as a way to eliminate toxins. So then what's transporting these toxins to your skin? It's your bloodstream. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if that's what's happening, and that's just my thoughts on eczema and how it operates, then the number one thing is that I need to eliminate toxins from my body. So I fast, I'm gonna need to detox, cleaning out my gut, cleaning out my lymphatic system, because your bloodstream picks up waste from your gut and your lymphatic system. So if I can clean those two systems up, then also just helping out my kidneys, healing my kidneys, getting my adrenal glands back online, then I'll be able to actually eliminate waste through urine and defecation. And if I do remove also just sweating, if I'm working out, also by sweating, low level of toxins through sweat. And if I can do that, I have a clean system, and I'm purifying my blood with these herbs. That's how I'm just ke kopantsha ka tsela e jwalo nako kelelong. I don't know if that makes sense for when. I don't know if that makes sense.
I've also like made a lot of research about it and what causes it, and the mucus and all of those things people say about what's happening inside the body. Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, Mao sounds like really you really did the works, because you have to save yourself on faith. We have to save ourselves. Yeah?
Yeah,
Sure enough. As ke tlo thola da ding tsena mo ke tlo tholang ko teng. O sharp ka internet.
Yeah. But I don't know why it has echo. I'm just not.
Is the echo coming through on your side?
Yeah, like I hear like what's this thing? Feedback from my side.
Is it? I think it could be because of my mic. So it could be picking up the sound from the phone via the mic.
Yeah, okay.
So I would have to like unplug the mic, which I can do. I don't mind doing.
Yeah.
Is it still an echo?
No. I know say le crane.
It is sharp, yeah. Well, okay. As long as then I just keep it like this. Meanwhile, keep at that in because I know there's a section A coverang, but it covers it under skin issues. It covers it under skin issues. That was the first time gave on when I was doing the Nikishapa content for your just to do like a just looking at it and look and yeah. Let me see. Oh, okay. Then I definitely have to hit up another section. But so skin eruptions can be in the form of bumps, rashes, acne, boils, black and whitehead, pimples, herpes, pus-filled bumps. The pus is actually nature's liquid bandage and is filled with curative nutrients. Then diet to assist skin cleansing should consist of raw fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans, brown rice, sprouts, millet, raw nuts, raw seeds, and other whole foods. Avoid processed foods, processed fats, fried foods, and animal fats. There are many drugs to avoid, such as alcohol, cigarettes, white sugar, coffee, and soft drinks, commercial tea, synthetic deodorants, because they keep in toxins, and commercial toothpaste, junk food, cause the body to use the skin as for bowel movement. So also, sponsor the hold on.
Nah, khale ka itloela. Ever since I've been vegan, yona, it's one of those things I khale ke tloetse.
Oh, okay. So sponsor instead of that.
It's funny enough, or when I started, I was using what's this white baking
Baking soda,
soda,
yeah.
baking powder. Yeah. So I used it because I was even skating, right? When I transitioned into vegan. I was skating a lot.
Oh,
So
okay.
I was sweating a lot.
Yeah.
So I found the baking soda replacement for deodorants and all of those things, and it worked. And then Katluela after like a year, and then funny enough, I never like suffered from smelly armpits from them.
Hey, shout out. Ski told it, I didn't say. I finally found it. um, so under the section of remedies for eczema, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll read it to you. So it's Balomi.
Okay,
Um,
kupa ulonka pen and then write some of the things down. Okay, give a
okay.
pen, like give a page, just here. Are those the herbs?
Yeah, these are the herbs. These are the herbs.
Okay. Copa, like balloon, how to spell it?
BA.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah, so Balomy.
Okay.
Balomi. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yo,
then it
I've never heard
and
of
then
it.
see Elena told me and then we have bloodroot. This is interesting. Let me see bloodroot.
Blood.
Like blood, so come on. Bloodroot. Blood.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have calendula. CAL.
Oh, calendula. I
Right, but
know it. Yeah.
okay. And then we have chickweed.
Yeah.
What's that?
Pardon me? Akawuta grand
Chickweed.
cheek. Oh, as
Chickweed.
in
Yeah.
CHI
CH.
or double
Yeah.
E.
CQ. CHI. Oh yeah, WWED. Yeah, chickweed.
Okay.
And then dandelion.
Okay.
And then golden seal.
Golden seal.
Yeah. Ya khala kantil. Yeah, yeah.
Yetsang.
Ya khala kantil. Ya khala. Yo.
Ash, I can't understand your answer. So, what
Oh,
does halaka mean?
it's like
A pizza.
it's very bitter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very, very bitter.
Oh, okay.
And then we have nettle. Nettle.
Okay.
And then we have
Maybe telling you the plates mo koskangeng. Wait, bo balloon.
taba anche go ma inate. We don't know the names, fair.
Yeah.
And then we have plantain. Let me see. But I
Okay,
think
banana. Plantain.
plantain, yeah, that banana. But I think there might be a different one, because it could be talking about the plantain
Yes.
weed. There's a weed and what's in plantain. Yeah, there's a weed. Yeah, plantain is a grain plant. I wonder if I can be able to show you. I don't know. Wahonoba?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Plantain weed. Okay.
Uh-huh. And then primrose. Primrose.
Okay. Primrose.
Yeah. And then the last one is yellow dock.
Yellow bark.
Yellow dock.
Oh,
DOCK.
yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow dog. Okay.
Yeah. So that's all until I think just trying to see if there's any other section that covers guidance data. Because I swear there's another section in Ep1 that talks on it should be like a full diagnosis for okay. That because the first thing AIDS, it talks on AIDS, okay, what is it, and then what vitamins you can take, homeopathic path, what foods to eat, foods to avoid, like a proper breakdown. But yeah, faith. And also, I don't know for sure I'm cover because you seem like a very captain.
Okay.
Yaki awakened on cover.
Yeah, Kamsib. Yakai.
Yakai, yeah, Dr. Yakai Raphael. So
Yeah.
I remember there's a like you'd have to search the videos are high, because I remember like there's a video where he talks about eczema. I think someone was calling in and he gave them like a breakdown of what to do, how to cleanse yourself of eczema. But basically, it was just telling them, okay, first and foremost, what you need to do, you need to, baby time, you need to cleanse your baby time, that is it. You need to cleanse your gut and then cleanse your other organelles. And then once you put that, they have like a treatment, like specific herbs they will gut just to target the eczema, which is basically the blood purifier. Come on. But yeah, it's something that it's always good to have that knowledge because if we're gonna we if you can actualize the process of you healing yourself, I think you can fast track your progress. Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, if we're gonna and if you want me to say some of these herbs into like a package and then give Idigopanse in a way that you can actually take them in a regiment on top. then let me know. Hit me
Okay,
up
okay.
and then we tla buisana ka yona.
Yeah, I'll take your. Is your number on the bio or something?
My number should be on the bio, but I also have my number on is what it. So the number kya
Uh,
WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp number.
wait, you went out for a little bit. Azang sa
Oh,
utlo.
oh, my bad, my bad. I was saying my number wakona kuchora on the website, but it's a WhatsApp
Oh, okay,
number. Yeah, it's a WhatsApp
okay,
number though. So ukakona kumfonela via WhatsApp. Maybe we can schedule a call. If we a phone call, or we can just text via WhatsApp.
okay. No problem, my brother. Because vele but I'll buy like some of these herbs, the ones that you have on you, and buy them from you.
Alright then, alright then, alright then. I would appreciate that. But yeah, if we gonna go kopantshetsa, because now I like to have like a proper holistic solution for that in Zena. So not just looking at the herbs, also the shebe, like your lifestyle also one shot.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, as far as because website like your mental state, your spiritual state, your physical state. On Twitter, are you getting movements? What type of movements you should get into? Um, are you getting enough sunlight? Are you getting enough sleep? Um, are you, like, how's your mindset? Like, what's your relationship with yourself? On Twitter, like, do you see yourself as a prize, wakirata?
yeah,
Like those type of nuances. How do you handle stress? Do you have ways of regulating yourself, like your yogas, your breath work, trainers, etc.? So if we can have a look at that and fine tune and refine your whole situation, vethula basha, vethula basha. Because disease, as much as we talk about the food, but it stems from from an energetic place. A shift in our energy. It etsang gore re batle go we feel some type of emotion. From that emotion, we go and associate it with a certain type of food. Since re ja dijo tse salty, tse eng because we're feeling frustrated. Re ja dijo tse sweet because we feel a lack of love. We don't feel like we're loving ourselves enough. So
mm.
so yeah, you have to take like a holistic approach to the whole thing. Holistic approach.
Yeah. It's funny enough because with me, ne Khotman, it's a generational thing. This eczema thing, right? You know how like usually babies like experience eczema when they're still young after being born.
Sure.
Yeah, so with
Because
me and my younger brother, we had the same issue. Yeah, I see the network issue. So I'm saying I had my eczema outbreak kusantsane ke le mnyane while I was still an infant, right?
yeah,
And then yeah, stop. I don't know how they dealt with it, but I'm sure they used these creams, these eczema creams, about E45 and all these things. And then
mm,
my younger brother, because Kim 5 years later, I say Woods now, Kilobama 6, whatever, 6, 7 years, he had the same issue, eczema, and then it stopped. And then
okay,
for now, yeah, it came back. I say Kiliko grade 11, grade 10. And then I've been like meditating, doing these things, like trying to approach it from all angles, mentally, physically, spiritually, not only like
yeah,
physically because it's a physical issue or surfacing as a physical issue, right? And then I had to understand, first of all, it's a generational thing, right? My mom suffered from the same thing. My younger brother, me, even my dad is lactose intolerant, like in total and all of those things, allergic and all of that. It's something I took from them. So that was my first thing or understanding or it's deeper than it being a physical health as well. You have to approach it from all angles, which is quite true. honestly. But now, in that process, I've meditated, I've, been doing yoga, skating, exercising, doing farming, moko jareting, And then I
So,
guess my biggest downfall was not having a community, because moki plomang teng ko then, like, yo, there's no one who's doing what I'm doing. Like, I was always like a victim when I had to go to gatherings, that pullback of every time I had to go to family gatherings, Christmas parties, New York parties, all of those things. I was the only one not eating meat, not eating these things, not eating these foods, And I
okay.
think it's the other reason why I had a fallback, because now it was becoming too much of a pressure. Every time I have to explain myself, and these places don't motivate me to do more of what I'm trying to do. Instead, they pulling me back into going back to that lifestyle. You understand? So having to find people like you on the internet is really like, a step. It's really more than a blessing, to find people like you, because we can conversate on an honest level more than anything else.
Also. And, and I'll say this, also, the community in Fetu, Lena, this is something that I'm also starting to find Honano, because for now, like I spent a lot of time kiki kwa late for one. So now I'm like breaking out to say, oh, I need to go out, because like you were saying, like you feel only isolated because of utlwaetse family ya gago, tšhomi tsa gago, but you making the transition by yourself, it becomes like iba ka go strife. We go to a party, hey, awuphuzi vele, hey, awudli inyama vele, hey, what, and so you
Yeah.
kind of become like somewhat self-isolated since uke kwalla ko ntlong, ga sa batle go shift, you don't want to go out, but that's I think that's the mistake that I made, and maybe I can advise you on to say, "Hore, there is a community. They are outside, but they're about to out here, meeting up for the hike, meeting up for like the events, so definitely you can tap into that community. When you do get to talk, Kaseba, I'm not sure if Simtoti Bakery, whatever, they
Yeah,
wanna go host an
I
event.
used to plumb it. They actually my friends was in Toti. I used to hang around with them a lot.
Oh, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's your
Libo
community,
libo
man.
libo libo Khanyapa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it, man? Forest. Oh, okay.
Yeah, bo
Okay.
Forest, bo Ayanda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo Valencia. Yeah, those are my people.
But now you have the community, but eh,
It's just
but
that now they are far. Ba dula ko Joza kere. So na ke ko Glen.
oh,
So
yeah.
usually ne ke kena ko APS Artist Pro Studio ko Jozi. So I'm an artist antle. So ne ke etsa art ko
Oh,
Jozi for
yeah.
3 years go. So nearly easy to engage with them. Nako ke santsane le usual movement from Kasi to Jozi. Now I'm here ko Kasi, yabona. I'm pushing business, kamo and all of that.
So you can't connect with them the same way. Ash. Yeah. Ne? Which game? What about labels backpackers?
Yeah.
Ngiyaqala. Khona there's an event ekuthiwa kuyona. I don't know if we are on a monthly basis. It's like Chef Noni, where basically king storytelling. So shapa like a storytelling event where basically come through Raba Shapileli Kaulu, you can opt to buy the food or not, whatever. But Mariana, she's like more so plant based. Although she doesn't like parade it, but she's strong with the plant based. Um, and it's like it's just a beautiful environment, beautiful people. Because then like if it's a whole link no, because there's an event a host down for couples on the 5th of October, this Saturday. It's an intimacy workshop, and she'll be actually catering for the event. Because like motho o tlo kgona go tlisa like soul food, like our
Mm.
real soul food. It will buang le moya wa rona, which is using indigenous grains and indigenous ingredients, basically. On top. So
That's dope.
yeah, no, sure, sure, sure. So I think nje, kanya as these people make bashapadi events, like even like yoga, people that do yoga events in Soweto, connect with the board. Because that's something that I'm going to do. I'm going to start going out more to these type of events, the hosted in Kebatuba, because that's where I'll start to meet people who are on the same wavelength. I'm gonna start tapping into my tribe. And the more connected about and the more opportunities also to collaborate and work with because for now what was plan and trying to build something on top. And if
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
come together, within like one vibration and we're holding a specific space, we can build so much together on top. But yeah, yeah. Communities one.
It's a blessing.
Communities one.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, sure.
it's truly a blessing, my brother, to conversate with you, more than anything.
Because Linda Fetuka, I appreciate being able to talk about this, and also especially in a space like this, where other people can actually catch the benefit of it. And I really, 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 really appreciate you actually coming through, talking about, opening about your whole journey on top. And I'm looking forward to seeing you, grow. Because at
Yeah,
24 and
yeah.
with what you know and where you are, I'll tell you now, you are way ahead of the game. On top, you are way ahead of the game. Utsogile at 24, hey mona nna ne ke boloza mabjala, strip clubs, hey monna, hey ne ke le raga man, yes, ne ke le raga man. But but yeah, I really appreciate to hear someone as young as you really engaging, really actually you got your feet and your hands in the ground, and you're working towards not just making yourself better, but if you're looking for community, then you're looking to also contribute to community. Whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very long-winded. If you that's it off now for you to talk and talk and talk. But I have to
Yeah,
get a line.
I know. That's how it goes. I refer to go. Eh?
I like your face, baby. I like your face. But yeah, I want if we can actually even connect I want in these events, they can take over. Futhi, there's this event eparata go shapa at Shiba Academy. He hosta what's this girl's name? Ke Nkuli. She's a yogi, and it's usually free. Event that thing, uhlala dijo to share with everyone, and they might have like other talks. And I know the last one anyway Shapile, Newa the African calendar. We were talking about the African calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't able to go there, but when I was talking to her, it sounds like she learned a whole lot. She like it blew her mind. So definitely are going to link up in these spaces. As these events dig up on na, then I'll keep sharing them on my socials. I'll keep sharing Lua and available. No since about what you're looking for that, then I'll keep posted. And I also share my other TikTok and other accounts because this was originally like my holistic health account, and then I have another account where I deal with like intimacy. Because my whole thing is
Yeah, yeah.
holistic health and holistic self. That's my whole thing. But yeah, um We'll connect that. What do you know? It's how the man.
Yeah, yeah, lungile.
Lungile. Lungile.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tap in. We'll
Now,
tap
now,
in.
I
Hit me
I
up on
can't
WhatsApp.
I can't pronounce it. Get diali or something.
Diale.
Okay.
Diale. It's yeah. So it's if you could break it down, KD Ale. So, but when you pronounce it Gidiale, one just to make it easier. But the word the name is Diale, which is to lay it down, basically. You know.
To lay it down.
But
Okay.
yeah,
Ke a utlwa we break it down. Diale. Diale fati. Something
yeah,
like that.
Diale.
Yeah, okay,
Wow,
cool.
wow. Ndipo mo yun ka
I'll definitely text I'll definitely text you, my brother. Go WhatsApp so can yeah make my order again. That's what I'm looking forward to and to engage more. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. I every Wednesday from next week, the Tuesday, Kitokena. But Wednesdays, Nigerians, I wanted to get like sorted in the space for Wednesday to do the deep dive on the foods fed. But every Wednesday, I'll be diving in on the food kada on this account, and then on the other account, Kausani, I'll be diving in on like intimacy things. But yeah, we told love connect of it. No, since it's a I know we good, my brother. We good.
Thanks for your time, my brother. Thanks for your time.
So hey man, it's only a pleasure. It's only a pleasure. So yeah, after if it's end the live and then we'll talk via WhatsApp.
Yeah. Ube grand, God man like.
Oh no, definitely guys, I join of it. Thanks, bro.
Sure.
Me how do I close this? Hey, babona since I technology. There we